Hey guys, Victor here again, coming at you with another retro deck profile for the September 2011 format. And today's focus is going to be on Six Samurai, which is actually a deck that was hurt by the September 2011 list as it took big hits to its consistency and power, with both Shien and Shien's Smoke Signal going to win this list. Not much to say. This deck by far is without a doubt probably one of the easiest, if not the easiest combo deck to play, because you really only have one goal, and that's to special summon Shien as soon as possible. And I know you guys don't like to hear that, but yeah, this deck is a literal baby deck. Anyone can play it. So if you're just like brand new to the format, yeah, this is probably the perfect deck to get you started with. Even though it is a little bit less powerful, it's still able to do plenty of ignorant things. And so with that out of the way, let's jump straight into the deck profile. So kicking off the monster lineup, we are of course going to be playing 3 legendary Six Samurai Kizan. When you control a face-up Six Samurai monster, you're able to special summon this card from your hand. And then, if you have 2 other Samurais on the field, it gains 300 attack. And that's honestly still really easy to accomplish with this deck, which means that this card basically becomes a 2100 beat stick, like pretty consistently. And then it being an earth monster is pretty huge because it gives you access to cards such as like Naturia Barkion in the extra deck. So yeah, this card's just really good. I don't know why they decided to give them another Grandmaster when they already had Grandmaster, especially since this one's debatably better since you can normal summon it. But yeah, 3 Kizans. And then you're also going to be playing 3 Kagemusha, the 6 Samurai. This is going to be your main tuner for the deck, as it literally gives you access to everything. And since it's a level 2, you're going to combo it with your level 3s in order to try to make Shien as fast as possible. And then in addition to that, you're going to be playing 2 legendary 6 Samurai Kageki. This is going to be the main monster that you use with your Kagemushas in order to special summon Shien, because when you normal summon Kageki, you get a special summon any level 4 or lower 6 Samurai monster from your hand. So you go normal Kageki, special Kagemusha, make Shien, and boom, you already have a free negate on the board for literally no effort. And even if you like kind of break and you don't have like any combo pieces, it's fine, because cards like Kageki and Kagemusha have really high defense, making it really difficult for your opponent to actually be able to out them consistently. Especially since Thunder King, one of the most popular monsters, is unable to run over Kageki with its 2k defensive wall. And yeah, just those high defensive stats are honestly like surprisingly annoying to deal with. And then after that, you're going to be playing 2 Elder the 6 Samurai. This is a really good card if you're going second, and even if you're going first, it's still really good because thanks to the fact that we play Asceticism in the spell portion of the deck, which I'm going to show later, this gives you instant access to either Naturia Beast if you pair it with Kagemusha, or you can make Shien. And yeah, the card's just really solid. I really like it, but I don't think you need more than 2. And then for the 1 of 6 Sands, we play the 1 of Grandmaster. It's still nice to have, and that its ability to float if it's destroyed by card effect into like another 6 Samurai card is really helpful in this format, since we do have Darkhold, Torrential, Mirror Force, whatever legal. And then we play the 1 Hand of the 6 Samurai, just a generic pop. And we're playing this over red, just because red and blue, while they do work well with each other, I don't know, it's just, they're kind of bricks, if I'm being honest, and Hand of the 6 Samurai is more than enough to accomplish what you need. And then for the final one, we play 1 legendary 6 Samurai Inishi. This is just a really good card, especially when you can pair it up with like Shien, because this will be able to bounce any problematic monsters, typically extra deck monsters, by banishing 2 6 Samurais from your graveyard, and then your Shien will be able to back it up because it's able to negate spells and traps. And yeah, it's just a really annoying combo to have to deal with. And then after that, we're just playing two sets of hand traps, being the 2 Maxi and the 2 Effect Veiler. Nothing out of the ordinary here, just pretty much standard for all my decks. And with that, that's the monster lineup, and now we can move on to the spell portion of the deck. So when it comes to the spells, we're going to be playing 3 Asceticism of the 6 Samurai. A fantastic card, especially because this is going to be your main method to be able to turbo out Shien. Especially if you're only able to open either a 1 Kagemusha or 1 Elder the 6 Samurai. You just target that with this, and then you bring out the other copy that you're missing. And then from there, depending on the matchup, you can either make Shien, or that also gives you the option to make Naturia Beast, which on its own is sometimes able to win games. And there are other monsters that you can bring out that we're playing, such as like Kageki. If you have a Kageki on the field with another 6 Samurai, you can special summon out your Inishis. Or there's like a couple more of like the older Six Samurai monsters such as Zanji and Iroh that you can play, but we just chose not to for this deck profile. But if you want, the option's there, and they sometimes do come up. And then after that, we're going to be playing 3 Six Samurai United. If you're a good Six Sam player, which isn't hard to do, you're obviously going to be able to open up 1 or 2 of these every single time along with full combo, which means that not only will you have a Shien, but you'll be able to pretty much draw 2 free cards minimum every single time. So the card's just ignorant, but it's by far not the most ignorant spell in this deck. And after that, we're just playing a bunch of 1-ofs, the 1-of Heavy, the 1-of MST, the 1-of Reborn, the 1-of Dark Hole, the 1-of Rhoda, the 1-of Smoke Signal because it was just put to 1, and then lastly, we have the 1 Gateway of the 6. I don't care what anyone says. The moment this card comes down, the game becomes skillless because this is literally an auto-win button for the 6 Samurai deck. In case you haven't noticed, I actually just despise this deck. I've always have and I always will. But that's it for the spells. I really just do not want to talk about this card, so we can just get rid of this and we can just move on to the trap portion of the deck. For the traps, we're going to be playing 2 Dimensional Prisons. It's just a good generic 1-for-1 removal, and there are some cards that we like have trouble getting over, especially like the big level 8 synchros or just anything that can beat over Shien that is not able to protect itself with like spells and traps. So yeah, it's just nice to play this. And then we're also going to be playing 2 Double-Edged Sword Technique. This is going to be basically like a second Reborn, but what it does is it special summons 2 Six Samurai monsters from your graveyard, and you summon them in attack position, but that doesn't matter. And then during the end phase of this turn, you destroy them, and then you can take damage. And if you do, you take damage, right? But that doesn't matter because whatever we bring back, we're typically going to be having like 1 Kagemusha plus another card to synchro it away so we don't get burned. Or even then, like since this just says target 2 Six Samurai monsters, if they've gotten rid of your Shien, you can just bring it back and then go for games super easily because this deck is able to pump out damage really fast. But yeah, this card literally has no downside. It's just a free Reborn most of the time, or a free double Reborn most of the time. And then, of course, we're playing the 2 Solemn Warnings with the 1 Solemn Judgment. Solemn Brigade is good. And then just a couple more 1-ofs being the 1 Trap Dust Shoot, the 1 Torrential, and the 1 Starlight Road. And that's it for the main deck. It's 40 cards like always. And now we can finally move on to the extra deck portion of the deck. So first off, we're going to have our obligatory machine out, being the 1 Chimeritic Fortress Dragon. It's just nice to have the 1-of in case because you never know when you're going to play against a machine deck. And then you have the 1 number 17 Leviathan Dragon, which surprisingly does come up fairly often, especially if you're opening up like a weak hand of Kageki plus like say another Kageki or an Elder, Kageki, Elder, Hand, whatever. There's just a bunch of level 3s that sometimes if you don't have the Kagemusha, don't do anything. And so this offers you like a great alternative beat stick in order to stall for time and just gather up your resources. Because Leviathan Dragon does become pretty threatening pretty quickly if your opponent isn't able to like out it immediately. And then we also play the 1 number 39 Utopia. Much like Leviathan Dragon, there are times where you just have like a bunch of level 4s, mainly like multiple Kizans, and they just can't get the job done. So you just make this guy, which is 2500 attack, and go to town. And then after that, we have the synchros, starting off with the 1 Legendary 6 Samurai Shien. This is your boss monster. You're always going to go into this as soon as possible if you can. It's very rare that you have the opportunity to make this and you don't. It's just like I said, sometimes you make Materia Beast if you know you're playing. It's like a spell-heavy deck. But yeah, Shien's just an insane card, and I'm really glad it was put to 1 on this last list because this deck was just not enjoyable to play against for how easy it is to... Because it's literally low risk, high reward. So yeah, there was very little reason not to play this, especially for like large tournaments where you don't really have to like think too much or stress yourself. You can just play this and get up easy and take a bunch of easy wins off opponents. Then after that, we're playing the 1 TG Hyper Librarian. You pretty much never go into this, but it's nice to have the option in case you want to draw more. And something that you do go into often is the 1 Naturia Beast. Yeah, Naturia Beast is insane in this deck. It's really easy to make thanks to Kagemusha and Elder both being Earths. It's not much to say, just mill the top 2 cards of your deck and you're going to get a spell. And then we're also playing the 1 Ally of Justice Catastrophe because it's Catastor, and that's it for the level 5s, but compared to most decks, this deck is literally level 5 turbo. So you want to be playing like a lot of them just to have the options. So if you want to play cards like Magical Android as well, you can, but I feel like this is good enough for the most part. And then for the level 6s, we'll play the one Cherry Barkion, also incredibly easy to make. You just have a Kagemusha and a Kizan and you're good to go. You have the one Brionac, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, the one Orient Dragon, and that's it. That's all you need for like the level 6s. For level 7s, these ones are pretty rare to make, but the option is there. You have the Black Rose Dragon and the Ancient Fairy Dragon as a staple in most extra decks. And for level 8s, you have Scrap Dragon along with Stardust Dragon. And then for our final monster, we are of course always ending off on Trishula because it's Trishula. And surprisingly, or unsurprisingly, this is still incredibly easy to make in this deck because any combination of, well, not any combination, but like you can get Kageki, Kizan, and Kagemusha and just instantly make this because they just add up to 9, right? Why wouldn't they? So yeah, if you can make this, you've already won the game for the most part. Just don't be greedy with it and waste it early. Make sure that when you drop it, it's actually impactful. And with that, that's the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya!